happening, G's? Welcome back. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Yes, sir. Here we go. New month, G's, new month. Nice. Fantastic stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the one and only live stream. It's an absolute pleasure to host you once again. 1st of August, 2024. It's already there. It's the 8th month of the year. It's midsummer. And you guys are still rocking it right now at this particular moment. That shows the commitment. Shout out to you. W in the chat for your commitment. I'm very happy to host you in the summer months when everyone is chilling on the beach and you are still hustling. So that's where I'm doing it for. Day and night, wake up, trading, go to bed, trading, wake up, boxing, go to bed, trading. Trading. Let's get the party started. Oh yeah. Man, some positive stuff for gold. Nothing's to cover in that manner. Let's continue to shout out the fam, the big G's. Let's see what we have here. Let's see what we have here with us, as always. Let's see what we can do. We're a little bit laggy or what? Or are we good now? Let me know. And if you're a little bit too laggy, then let me know. Then we fix that real quick. Let's see if it's all good. We're good. Okay, cool, G's. Let's see what we have here with us today. As always, supporting the fam. Shout out to the LTA family, man. We're representing the LTA army. We're creating an army right now, right here. I'm doing my absolute best to build out the best community. I put my heart and sweat and soul into this thing. All right, I want to make sure that you guys are absolutely going to crush it and taking over right now. I want to give a big shout out to everyone, as you guys can see right now currently. Everyone who has been active in the trading floor. We have been building out an Wall Street trading floor right here in your journey. Okay, everyone currently active in the trading floor. Big shout out to you, man. Absolute pleasure. Big shout out to Kellogg, Marco, Mike, the guys that are streaming. You know, they're doing their best, that are stepping up their game. Absolutely fantastic stuff here. This is what we're doing, man. We have a trading system, and what we're gonna do in the future, guys, I'm gonna, you know, give it to you. It's a little bit of a cliffhanger, to be honest. We're gonna start integrating the trading floor also back into YouTube right now. If you want to have a true understanding of the magic we are creating right now and everything that we're currently doing here on YouTube, okay, then you have to understand that we have to kind of, in Discord, then we have to start integrating this also in our YouTube in some way or another, all right? If you truly want to know how sick it is. And then, yeah, you will find out. Everyone who has been killing it in the trading floor, who has been loving the trading floor so far, executing tons of trades every single day, press a W in the chat in the trading floor. So only for the Discord guys, W in the chat right now in Discord. Okay, let's make it happen. Show me what you guys can do here. And yeah, man, it's an absolute pleasure. Man, that shit is insane. That shit is insane. This is just the beginning. Okay, we're averaging on a regular 150 people right now. I think we can take this to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of guys killing it. All right, utilizing our system. LTA concepts is one layer, but the LTA concepts with the currency baskets, the correlations, that method is a cheat code, man. It's a cheat code for currencies, particularly. It's practically insane. So absolutely fantastic. Thank you for the support, and yeah, let's dive into gold. Let's talk about it here. Also in the chat here in our Discord, of course, and our YouTube. Maria, thank you for being here. Inner World Guide, thank you for being here. Mohammed, Danny, Michael, Iburik, Rashid, welcome my friend. Royden, Gavin Dentis, Rafa, yes sir, Maru, Brandon, Dominic, shout out to you, my man. Fantastic. Timbo, Slice, Mike, Miguel. Yeah, man. Lorenzo, what about Bitcoin? We can talk about it a little bit. I'm very bullish. I'm very bullish. Very bullish on the cryptocurrency market in the short term. I'll show you some things. It's going to be awesome. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. I'll show you some news. Also in regards to the cryptocurrency market. If you want to make some money quickly and you don't want to get too greedy and you want to make some bunch of money, then you should get prepared because it's coming. The chances are big that it's coming very, very soon here. The data does not lie. Data does not lie. All right, Gis. Yeah, man, let's talk about gold here. So a couple things in regards to yesterday, right? I said, and I made an announcement in Discord. I said this. Let me share this with you guys real quick. It's important that everything is on point, okay? And that's the following. I said yesterday, hey guys, listen up. It's the last day of the month. The price action during New York session was absolutely terrible. Okay, it was just rangy, very choppy. I said, you know what? It's not worth it to trade gold before the news, so around the US Open. And I think it was a great choice, even though later on, it was actually really good. It was much better than I initially anticipated here. The structure was much cleaner here. So I said, you know what? Monthly candle closure comes first. New monthly candle opens up. That's right now. Prefer to wait for the new monthly candle because I'm going to find higher probability setups there. All right. Also in preparation for the NFP, which is coming tomorrow. So the outcome was, of course, no interest rate hike, no cut either. But it was much more about what is actually going to happen now in regards to September or November. Right? That's kind of what we wanted to know here. What's going to happen there? Because this is truly where, you know, the magic happens in regards to the market. This is where all the guys are waiting for a potential rate cut. Okay, and if that's the case, then, you know, this might be very bullish for the rest of the market. Also including gold, by the way, including gold. So an 80% chance right now, according to the Fed rate monitor tool, that we're going to we're going to decrease the interest rates by 25 basis points. Okay, so that's an important metric to take into consideration. We have never seen that before. So an 86% chance right now is significant. And if that happens, that could be priced in, right? People are anticipating, you know, news in the future way further than it actually is. So that could be priced in very, very soon already. All right. Most likely SEMI is already priced in. And then November, there is a 62% chance again that we're going to go to a 5% interest rate. So another 25 basis points. But that was not completely sure. According to Uncle Jerome yesterday, we listened to it in Discord. We said, you know, we're very curious to his response. And he was very uncertain. At least his demeanor was very, guys, be careful, blah, 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 inflation to 2%. But the conclusion was that there is actually a bigger chance that we're going to see 2 rate cuts this year still. And September is not far away. And November is not far away. So this could create a major impact, or this could have a major impact on gold, man. Not just gold, also the equity market, also the cryptocurrency market, also everything requires liquidity here. You know, that's what you're gonna see. Okay. At the same time, you can see right now also on the third layer that the The 10-year yield, all right, is absolutely getting devastated right now. It's dropping extremely hard. We're getting rejected and we're flipping bearish. So gold is going to stay bullish right now at the moment here. However, we do have news in like 1 minute. Oh, we had news right now. We're pushing up as well. Okay, so that's also important to take consideration. Again, bad for the dollar. Dollar dropping, gold already pushing further. Okay. So yeah, we have much more news coming though. All right, do take that in consideration. The S&P PMI is coming along around 10 a.m. So that's going to be in like an hour and a half. And then we also have, of course, the US Open that combined that. So we have a lot more news coming. And this is all in preparation for the big day. We might thought we had the biggest day of the week, but the NFP might be that day that caused, again, a lot of more volatility in the markets as well here. So again, gold is looking very, very good. We said last time on a Tuesday stream, we said, listen, if we're going to break and close above the 2392, a daily candle closure, sells are out of the picture, out of the window. And that's exactly what happened. We started to continue to drive further up. That was that last line of defense, the 2392. And now the fact that we have been breaking that is just screaming bullishness right now to me. Okay. So what is the major resistance? Well, that's in my opinion, the 2450 and the 2466. So we're actually currently there. That's a previous monthly high. We have to always take these monthly candles in consideration. So let's do a quick top down before we move forward to the lower time frame. But yeah, man, anyways, the higher time frame is actually looking very good. The monthly candle closed actually much better than I also initially even anticipated. So that's really interesting. The way we came down, and the last day, the way we came up beautifully, swiping the highs of the previous months now, completely right there. We've done it before, but that we actually almost close below it is significant. So therefore, monthly candle looking very, very good. We have a little bit of a gap between the 2386 and the 2426. But overall, you know, the bottom wick is already set now for this month currently. Same as the weekly bottom as well. Okay, and it seems that we're going to go for the highs, man. We're going to go for the highs. It seems that this is the continuation play. So yeah, anyways, looking very strong now after that closure that we've seen, that the bullish closure on the daily coming up. Then we had the FOMC. And now, you know, things are looking very, very good here. We have the NFP though, so do take that in consideration. There is just one more negative thing for gold. And I do think it's important to let you know what I'm talking about specifically. So you have all the information about gold, and it's up to you to decide what you're looking for. Okay. And that's the following. That's the only negative thing about gold. The rest is absolutely fantastic. Okay. If you take the new supply and demand statistics, the data actually, if you look at the actual fundamentals of gold, the actual supply and demand data, okay, in particular, then you can see right now at this particular moment that if you take it from Q1 to Q4, it always gets released a month after the quarter. So, for example, Q2 data gets released the month after Q3, so July, the end of July particularly. 30 days after the closure of Q2 in this case. And you can see that the demand for gold has significantly decreased from just a data perspective from Q1 to Q2, okay? And I'm talking specifically about the central banks, all right? They significantly decreased the demand. They probably sold even. And the investment banks increased their positions on gold. So that's kind of interesting. Central banks selling, investment banks buying. But if you go to the investment section, the ETFs, the exchange traded funds have been selling gold as well. And if you go and take that to the supply data itself, there is also a bigger supply. So the supply has increased, right? That comes from mine production, that comes from the recycling of gold, that comes from the producing, the hedging, right? The recycling in regards to jewelry and all that stuff here. Actually, 50% of all the gold is made from, is practically physical jewelry, right? It's made for the consumption in that manner to create design products. Okay, so the supply is increased and the demand has actually decreased just from a supply and demand data perspective, fundamental data perspective here. Okay, it doesn't have to mean anything, but it's just something that I always like to look at, and I kind of utilize the economic data in combination with that. But if there is one thing extremely bullish, is the interest rate cuts potentially, right? The Fed rate monitor tool, that's September. If this is going to get pushed, then, you know, the hype, speculation around this is more important for the price of gold. And at the same time, if you then also look at the fundamental news or the geopolitical situation, you know, Israel, whatever the case may be, you know, this also, you know, could benefit the situation. It's not looking that great whatsoever when you look at it from that angle, but good for gold because of that. All right. So you got to get a little bit of a fundamental overview in combination with the higher time frame of gold. Now, if you take this to the lower time frames and you go here to the 4 hour right now at the moment, you can see clearly that we are tapping into that critical resistance at 24.54. I'm not interested in shorting from it, but there is a chance that we get rejected from it. Okay. And if you take this to the 1 hour particularly, or the 30-minute, whatever you want to do here, the key levels that I'm always interested in are the levels to look for, particularly internally. Okay, so we overall have been trending upwards. That's all great. We are looking good. We're now in that resistance. We're waiting for new news to anticipate, right, to come over in an hour from now. If price comes down here, of course, you know, major support will be formed at like 24.28, 24.21. But we are already breaking internally, right? So the only thing that you could look for, in my opinion, now is a higher low formation to see if it's possible to take price further up. And if that's the case, we're going to work with swing levels on the lower time frame. And these swing levels are, in my opinion, always the most interesting levels. And one of these levels is at 24.42 and 24.35. Okay, so pay very close attention to these levels. We're going to pay very close attention to these levels right now. And of course, I want to see a little bit of a pullback. And I don't want to, you know, trade into the monthly high, monthly resistance here. Major resistance though, 24.66. Why the 24.66? Well, you know that these levels are absolutely madness. We've been working with them for a long period of time. This is from 2 weeks ago, right? The full trading week, all the volume that was traded at around 24.66. Most of the volume was traded around there. You can see that this could act as a massive layer of resistance when price reaches in that swing high point. And that swing high point is something we cannot neglect when price taps into that. Okay, so that's important stuff. But for now, internally, this is where I'm interested in looking around, see what happens here when we pull back. Are there chances for us to get into, number one, 24.42? That's one level to look for. Why? Because this is a lower time frame swing very high. You will see once price taps into it, how we respond from it. You know, we're looking at and talking specifically about higher low formations internally. Okay, that's what I'm interested in. Then the next one is the 24.35. If we manage to break the 24.42, then we have our next level. And again, we are always looking for the right confirmations. We have our ebook as well. If you don't have the ebook, make sure you download it. It's a free tool for you to understand what we're doing, and it might help you and benefit you tremendously. This is not a 10-page guru book. This is a book that I would actually print out. This is something that matters. It's a series book here. It has 74 pages. The next edition will be included with the other methods that we're integrating, the correlation methods, a couple of other entry models, and this will be an even bigger edition for free. Okay, so yeah, download the first edition and get your hands on the second edition once it comes out. All right, and it's gonna come out at some point, and it's gonna be even bigger than the first edition, filled with all kinds of information that we work around. It's kind of like our guidelines. All right, it's important stuff for us to look for, entries and confirmations, entry models, you name it, and it's only gonna get better and better from there. We're constantly innovating, and you know what I do is in our Discord, in our group, I'm already implementing everything, and I'm seeing the feedback, and it's just, yeah, ridiculous right now, right? So that's why we're gonna also show this into public. We're gonna change up the YouTube live streams. We're gonna integrate this more. We're gonna merge these things together. All right, the trading floor in our Discord, as you guys can see in the top left corner, hundreds of people filled up there right now. And then of course we have our YouTube right now, also 1,000 people in summer watching at the same time. So we're trying to bridge this gap. That's what we're gonna do in the near future, and I'm looking forward to that. So yes, Gis, we're pushing down a little bit. All right, dollar is finding somewhat of its support right now. I think that's important to take in consideration. So if you take the dollar right here and you take the yield next to it, all right, let's put the yield. Actually, let's put the yield right there. Rejection on the yield, very weak, very weak. Okay, all right, very, very weak in the first place. Very, very weak right now at the moment. Makes a lot of sense because this becomes much less relevant when the interest rates start to decrease, all right? Then a lot more guys are risk on and therefore not interested in the government bonds, all right? Same thing for the dollar. The dollar should be slowed down as well. But we're just, as you guys can see now, holding that support. And if we're holding that support here for the dollar, then at the same time, gold might be looking for a little bit of a pullback into somewhat of our levels. So let's find out where that pullback is going to head into, especially if the dollar decides to hold here. As you guys can see right now, it's holding up very well. We are seeing this high. We broke out of it. We're retesting it. The question now is, are we going to bounce from it or are we weak enough to break below? And that will determine the continuation or the short-term reversal for gold until the dollar gets back towards that initial high. And that's where we could find serious entries for gold in my opinion. But yeah. Also 30-minute has no bottom. No bottom wick either. Okay. So yeah, that's definitely something on our radar. Just want to see gold retrace a little bit. That's it. Fibonacci says, you can see the little nacho. Hey, I'm in the trader's room. Nice, my friend. Yeah. Why would you give so much information for free? I mean, that's the education, right? The education is all there. I believe in giving, and not taking. I believe in giving more than I take. And I think that should be the mindset in general. And, you know, the value that I get is from the guys in the training floor as well. I'm learning a lot from the guys and their viewpoints at the same time. So it always comes back some way or another where I start benefiting as well here. So it's a win-win. And I like win-win situations. That's it. Like the win-win situations here. Yeah, man, let's see. Let's see what gold is going to do. Is gold going to pull back into any of our levels? Are we going to get to the 2466? Let's take out the no bottom wick 30-minute candle. Potentially push down here. It would be nice. That would be good. Dominic says correlations are a big game changer. Good job and thanks for this. With this, I finally start to pay attention to currency pairs as well. Beautiful, my friend. Yeah, that's the reason why we're going to bridge that gap on YouTube. Because there is just too much money being made on the currencies. And, you know, we cannot just leave that on the side, on the streams, on New York either now. Not possible. Not possible. But it should be the more, Lorenzo, they say the more you give, the more you get. But it should be the more you give, the more you get to give. Yeah, that's a fact. That's how it goes. That's we call that compounding. We call it compounding. We call that the way of building a platform. And that's why I believe much more in building a platform for other traders. And I've always stood behind that point of view. Than just a simple, you know, whatever, signal provider, everything I'm built around myself. I think that I should be the host that represents an army and that these guys become leaders, step up, they become, you know, somewhat responsible. They will get rewarded for their work and effort in the long term. They have to prove themselves, of course. We cannot just say after a week or two, oh, you become this and that. No, they will prove themselves over time, but that will pay itself off. That's how we do it. And yeah, man, I believe in a platform. That's my thought process. The power of multiple brains, no ego involved from both parties, by the way, and trusting the process. Atomic says, You know how much clarity correlations bring in trading where you can explain to your wife what you see on the chart? Well, that's a very good accomplishment, my friend. Well done. Well done to that. Yeah. Damn. So Lorenzo, what are you talking about? Currency correlations? What is that? What is that shit you're talking about all the time? Well, let me release your let me break the ice for you, okay? Let me break the ice for you. Of course, it's impossible to see on a smaller screen, so we have to zoom in a little bit more. But the idea is the following, okay? If you could measure how the New Zealand dollar is performing individually, for example, okay? Not as a pair, but individually, then how much better would it be if you would know what the strength of an individual currency against another individual currency? And you use these two charts to make a decision. Funny enough, you don't even have to look at your pair. If you really are looking at it, I would do it though, to have a higher risk to reward and to secure yourself much better and to really make some money. But the idea is that you understand the strength of an individual currency. That's the idea. So how does that work? Well, if you look here at the symbol search, this is a tool that you can use as well. It's a trading view tool, okay? You can, with this code, this source code, measure the strength of an individual currency, okay, against another one. So in this case, you can do the NZD against the euro, the NZD against the Canadian dollar, the NZD against the British pound, New Zealand dollar against the Australian dollar, and against the Swiss franc, and you put them together and you divide them by 6. And the way you divide them by 6 means that you get an average, you get a basket, you get an index. Okay, it's like the dollar index, but then for every other currency. And this is the chart you're gonna get. And the support and resistance on these type of charts are so accurate, that you can start understanding exactly when a currency is losing strength or when it's gaining momentum. And if you can find the strong ones against the weak ones, and you discover your focal points, you have your focal point, your attention point on these strong against weak or weak against strong, then you can use LTA concepts and look for the right key levels to make your decisions. And it's gonna increase your win rate by tenfold. Combine that with some, fundamental data that comes out week by week, and voila. Lorenzo, what about Bitcoin? So Bitcoin is actually, I'm extremely bullish now at this particular moment. Extremely bullish on Bitcoin. Let me see if I can find the chart for you. A lot of guys are extremely bullish right now, even though Bitcoin is dropping at this particular moment. But to just show you what I'm talking about, if you go to the monthly time frame, the monthly candle has closed. And I said we need at least a closure above the 61,369 in order for us to stay bullish and to not come down further. And we did that. We closed this monthly candle above it, above that previous monthly resistance. We actually swiped the lows and we actually started to close above here. So that's in essence a very good sign. If you go to the weekly, okay, we also closed above the weekly resistance as well, because we closed the weekly candle at 68, or we want to close, sorry, my bad, we want to close above the 65k here. So it all depends where we're going to close in 3 days from now. But if we do close above the 65,600, I remain extremely bullish on Bitcoin in the very short term. All right, now listen to this guy for 1 minute. In regards to an altcoin season, because you know that altcoin seasons are made to make you a lot of money. And everyone was rich during the previous altcoin season. The only problem was nobody sold. Nobody sold anything. So you can hold it to the top, but you know the markets, it can crash down. So it's always important to have an exit strategy, but also an entry strategy. Okay, so this is your last chance. That's what I believe. And just listen to this dude for a second. 1 minute. Listen to what he has to say. Data does not lie, you know what I mean?
Is altcoin season about to begin? Well, according to the founder of analytics firm CryptoQuant, their data suggests that whales, that is large crypto holders, are starting to get ready for what could be a massive move to the upside. This data indicates that these crypto whales are setting an increasing number of buy limit orders, which suggests strong future demand for a number.
That was the biggest sign last round.
This is because supposedly large orders are being set for the likes of Sol, Matic, ADA, Atom, and several others besides. Now, taken in isolation, this data only suggests that an altcoin season could be incoming. However, when you combine it with the very real possibility that the Federal Reserve could cut interest rates as soon as September, and the fact that politicians in the US are talking about crypto in an increasingly positive light, it all suggests that maybe being bullish at this stage is a better long-term strategy than being bearish.
That's it. I completely agree. The data doesn't lie. The on-chain data is extremely accurate as well. So everything is practically aligning here. We have the summer right now. The moment we're gonna get deeper into Q3, Q4, when the elections start, when the interest rates get cut, and when these potentially big limit orders get hit. And we're talking not about small limit orders. We're talking about humongous trade setups, orders placed at lower levels still though, for specifically the bigger altcoins, right? The Ethereum, the Solana, you name it. That was last run, the biggest sign of strength for the markets. And if you are into crypto, or maybe you don't like crypto at all, but for the people that do, it's coming, my friends. And we have been waiting for it for a long period of time. So yeah, we're stacked. We're absolutely stacked. And this might be the one. But hey, at the same time, we just keep trading and doing our thing regardless. And if it goes, it goes. And if it doesn't go, whatever. But I'm willing to take the risk. And that's, I think, the most important tool. It's taking a risk when everyone is scared or when everyone forgot about it. That's usually the best time to start getting involved. So yeah. Two waves says we're getting ready for crypto after our talk the other day. Ah, yeah. So we went deep at 3 a.m. for me in the morning. We went really deep. So yeah, great stuff, my friend. So Lorenzo, you're currently waiting for a retest? Yeah, definitely waiting for a pullback. Waiting for pullback into either the 24.42 or the 24.35 for now. One of those. I start with the 24.42. Dollar is holding that support here. Do you trade crypto or you just buy and hold? I would say, bigger swing trade, but I'm mainly invested right now at the moment. I'm mainly invested. I actually took a large plunge out of my broker accounts, and I just invested it in crypto over time, day by day, week by week, month by month. And the guys that were with us since the beginning of our journey on YouTube, they know that we have been talking about crypto already for, I don't know how long right now. A year or something? A year and a half? A year and a half. All right, nice. Otherwise, why didn't you trade gold yesterday? I mean, the FOMC. So, for example, the price action yesterday was great before or after the FOMC came out. It started to really go at around 2. That's when we started to break out and continue to drive up. But throughout the whole US session, we saw a very choppy market. Of course, we're building up the liquidity here. At the same time, we broke out. This was very, very choppy, very slow, very choppy. So it was not worth it. And usually I do trade the FOMC days. But because it was in combination with the last day of the month, the monthly candle closure, I was like, you know what? Let me observe a little bit. Let me be a little bit more professional and sit this one out until the new monthly candle opens. What are you looking for? I'm looking simply for the break or whatever, the retest of any of these levels for now. See which one is going to be the cleanest. Yesterday's huge push candles were due to the political tension between Iran and Israel. Yeah, so I think it's a combination of a lot of different things, a lot of different layers in that matter. The interest rates, the confirmation of an interest rate cut, you know, or an almost confirmation. You could hear it in his voice. Is a major confluence as well, right? Major confluence. Yeah. Let's check out the LTA wins. Oh yeah, I have to give a quick shout out indeed. Let's see if I can do that. Yeah, Nerve, my friend. Thank you, man. Appreciate your message, by the way. If you're listening, keep it up. Congratulations with the passing of your account here. That's absolutely fantastic. So I have this story to tell for whoever needs to hear. Don't quit, preserve. You have no idea how close you are to succeeding. After nearly a year of aimless trading, poor psychology, and over 30 failed attempts at passing funded challenges, I finally turned a corner. About 4 months ago, I discovered LTA after a friend recommended it. The concepts were clear as hell. Well structured, easy to apply. A powerful conversation with Gavin Dentis one evening solidified my determination. Shout out to Gavin. I knew I had to put in the hours, work on my mindset, practice what I believed in, and let it permeate every aspect of my life, physically and mentally. Here I am, transformed, a testament to perseverance and hard work. My message to anyone reading it: you have no idea how close you are. Don't give up. If you believe it, you will achieve it. This journey wasn't fought alone, but with the support of my community. Strength to you all, my friends. Beautiful, G. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate your message, my friend. Really, really nice. Really clean. Really nice. Keep it up, bro. Yeah, man. That's more important than anything else. That's how I actually started on YouTube. That's the exact reason, right? I was just playing around for fun on YouTube a little bit. And, you know, some people are super obsessed with like the YouTube streams in general, but the community itself is what matters, is where life changes actually occur. And the message I received at one point 2 years ago, you know, from a guy, and I just keep repeating the same story because it's just so important for me personally, is that story that said like, hey man, I watched your stream and like, you know, I went to the community. It was, you know, everything changed. My mother days, I couldn't see my children, blah, 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 right? A typical story of a defeated man. And now he's absolutely crushing life. And that was my goal. And, you know, when you begin on YouTube and we have like no viewers or no subscribers or whatever the case may be, right? When you don't have any of that and you get a message like that, you're like suddenly realizing, okay, man, if this is what it takes to make an impact, even a little bit of impact, you know, towards someone or somebody, then everything is worth it. Then I'm willing to fight for it, right? I'm willing to fight against the negativity. I'm willing to fight against everything that comes with it. And you know, that's what keeping us up all day long right now. It's absolutely incredible stuff. So yeah, man. We're still holding up. Dollar is still, it might get into that support again. So we might go in a little bit of consolidation mode. Will not be surprised that happens here. For gold at least. A little bit of consolidation, but if the dollar is in that tunnel now, then gold might be doing the same thing because we are in resistance. So we might experience a little bit more of that move, even though we're holding up very, very nicely. Very strong. Let's see what the guys are looking at right now. Yo, geez.
Yo,
What are you looking at right now, man? What are you seeing?
Euro.
Euro, Australian dollar?
Yes. It reacted from Sunday open, then went back. Also created entry model 4-ish from current week very low. Also for the baskets we are breaking down. Out basket is breaking out of the range.
Australian dollar is increasing in strength, man. It's coming back. It's coming back much stronger.
Yeah, exactly.
It's time for that W breakout. Let's see. Lorenzo, if you draw a volume profile from today's high to low, there is an EM1 on gold right now, potentially at 24.50. Yeah, that means that we're in resistance. Is that correct? Today's high to low. Let's see. I think I did that. I think I took it from the low to the highs here. Ah, from the high to the low. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Lorenzo, look at the reaction from the dollar. It was bearish bearish news, right?
Mm-hmm.
And look what the dollar did. Literally just flipped the 30-minute candle. And still closed above this major resistance. 1 hour.
So are you in any trades right now? I cannot see your screen.
Yeah, because it's full. Like I told you, it's always full.
So what is your screen? What are your trades currently in?
British pound, Australian dollar still. And went in on the euro, Australian dollar on this entry level here. On this entry model, but now at the drawdown.
All right, cool.
Also, oil could provide with an entry model from previous day very high, since correlation tells that there is still potential to the upside.
Yeah.
And it could be a kind of entry model 3. If entry model 1 presents, it also could be a thing.
And I'm looking like for GBP USDs, because man, this is a strong rejection. Without any wick, of course.
Yeah. So the interest rate decision came out for the Bank of England as well, and yeah, 5%, man. So we're seeing a rate cut now happening already, also. So it's pretty significant for the British pound. So let's see.
Also, Lorenzo, if you draw the fixed range profile on gold from yesterday's late evening move, then you will see that market reacted on this swing very low. It's right above the previous day very high.
Around 24.30. Yeah.
Wait, I will post a picture in Discord.
Yeah, please.
And also, Lorenzo, look, I was like drawing on the GBP, the Fibonacci, and it hit almost the 0.237 on the Fib, and 1 pip, and it rejected.
Oh yeah, damn. What are you seeing for oil though?
Oh yeah, I realized I did not check one time today. Oil.
So I was checking whole day the oil, and it was consolidating for whole this time. For the rest of the correlation pairs, it was already showing some bullish buys, because we are like breaking the trend structure, and there is a significant chance that we can go even higher. So my initial plan is that we will gonna go to oil above the previous week very high, create an entry model there or retrace, and then took it to the continuation.
Okay.
But since it's going down now, I'm looking at previous day very high.
Yeah, that's the exact, or the previous daily very high, yeah? So you're looking still for bullish continuation right now?
Yeah, there's two levels, previous week very high and previous day very high.
Ah, yeah, you're right in between the both key zones here. Okay, cool. Yeah, oil looks very interesting, by the way, man. Who's trading oil here on YouTube? Jeez. Anyone on YouTube trading oil?
No. For me, it's also interesting right now. Let me see. Yeah, the interesting part is for oil is like we have geopolitical things on the world right now. So probably this is gonna push oil right now because yeah, the Israeli, I think something got bombed from them.
Yeah.
Yeah, with rockets.
Yeah.
And they could take a revenge.
Okay. Okay.
And last time if we saw that, oil went up to $93, right? We have the same situation like last time.
Yeah.
With Israel.
I shared the picture with the current trade. There is an LTA in a nutshell. Took an entry from current weekly very low. Market retraced to a lower time frame swing very high. Presented an entry model there.
Okay.
And I scalped in.
Beautiful. Nice. Very nice, Gis. Very nice. Keep it up. I'm not sure if the New Zealand dollar is going to stop, Marco. It's looking very good still, even though it's still below the resistance.
Yeah. I need a 1 hour close above this. So this is then confirmed for me. But now, this 1 hour couldn't close and tapped already in.
So gold is a little bit on the ranging side right now. At the moment, we have 15 minutes left for the US Open, of course. Dollar is also, you know, pulling back a little bit, but holding support at the same time. The youth is still relatively weak, so everything's still under control for gold. But we're just simply waiting for a little bit of a move now. What is like the last layer of resistance? I would say the 2466. It's kind of the last level, I think, of kind of like your major target right there. In the short term. In the short term. Do you have TradingView premium version? Yes, I do. For the community itself, for the baskets, you do not, you know, you need like an essential TradingView version, but we also have a solution right now for the guys where we stream it for you. So even in our community right now, we stream it 5 days a week, practically the whole day, where we literally stream for you the exact correlation, basket correlation. So you don't need to buy your TradingView. You don't need it because you have it right here. And it comes with all the levels directly, all the critical key levels included. So you don't even have to draw your critical levels. You can just look at it and you know what's strong, you know what's weak. And yeah, it's streamed for you right there always. You will always have access to it. Yeah. Just another server, an extra server, and that's just streaming for you the baskets. It will save you, I don't know how much. I don't know. What's TradingView? How much does TradingView cost, actually? I have literally no idea. For me, it's like a kind of like a business expense. I don't know. But kind of curious, actually, now. I got 500 followers on TradingView. What does that mean? I never heard about that. Ever. Okay. I need to see how you can do that anyways. Where you can see the pricing. Okay. Okay, so apparently you can, okay, I didn't know that TradingView had that. Oh, okay, that's why. It's like 70 a month, yeah? Yeah, but you don't need premium. You do not need premium. You need essential. But you don't need it with us because you have the baskets. But there we go. It's 24.95, yeah, otherwise, right? If you want to have these custom tools, but yeah, like I said, if you cannot afford it, then, you know, we got your back. We got your back. You don't need it. But anyways. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, I believe they give you discounts and stuff, and because I'm from the Netherlands, they regardless, they charge you always more. We pay a shit ton more for everything because we're from the Netherlands. At least this is what I see. So yeah, if you are from like a country like Indonesia or India, then they lower the price, of course. So it's cheaper and more expensive in different countries. It always depends. But you live in Bali? Yeah, that's true, but I still have my old account. Right? I don't want to lose my 500 followers on TradingView. So, I don't know. No, I'm joking. No, it's I think connected. Lorenzo, where do I find the Sunday Open indicator on Discord? Yeah, so in order to join our Discord, what you need to do, it's free to join. We're going to update you with the Vantage chart, with video updates when we see something interesting for gold at critical key levels, okay? And we also have all the indicators in there that we utilize. We use 2 of them. The session breaks indicator, you need it for the ebook. So if you have the ebook, you need this free indicator. You click on it, okay? And you add it to your favorite indicators, and it shows you the opening price, the week, and each individual day or in week. So you know exactly what to draw, when to draw it, and how to draw it at the right moments to get your key levels. Okay, so add this to your favorite indicators. It's free, should be done in a split of a second. You can also utilize and copy the code if you want. If you are that type of dude, then you can do that. And then you have the limitless LTA concepts, higher time frame candles, multi-overlay. It's also free. You can click on that link right here and do the same thing. These are private indicators, but you can click on the link and get it. And what it practically does, it shows you, just like I said before, the complete overview. So if you, let's say, go to oil, then you see these lines, right? And you can also include the Sunday Open, so you know exactly where we opened the market. And we're gonna include a couple more levels in the future. The midnight open is gonna get integrated, and the previous weekly high and low. Previous daily, previous weekly high and lows. So that's the update. It's coming your direction. So yeah, join our Discord, it's free, get it, and then you will have these indicators right here. What is the other indicator, I might ask? well, we have the higher time frame candles, and on the 1 hour it shows you the, in this case, the weekly, right there. And if you have drawn your key levels, you know exactly how they respond on the weekly time frame, how it looks on the weekly. You can of course change this to the daily or to the 4 hour or whatever you want to do here, so you never have to hop time frames. You can just put it next to your chart and you'll always see exactly how it looks on the higher time frame when you're trading on the lower time frames. Might be useful. If you want to have more, you can always set in the 4 hour or the 1 hour. You can do whatever you want. You can put the 15-minute there. And you can put them all next to each other. Okay? So when a new 4 hour candle opens, it's usually very interesting to have it. Can be extremely useful as well. So yeah, man, get it. Why not? Is the stream for the key levels you talked about free, or do you need to be a member? The key levels, I think you have your ebook and that's it. Your ebook, your indicator, and you can get to work. You can test it out. You can start back testing it. Easy. You don't need to be a member. If you want to be with us in the trading floor all day long, whenever you have, you're ready, or you just listen to it on your phone. You don't even have to watch it. You can just listen to it. Right? Get your earpods, boom, listen to it. And then the guys are taking trades all day long. Right? That's one layer. And yeah, you can trade with us live all day long, practically. Okay. The most important thing about that is that you trade the same system, right? We're all trading the same exact system till the T. Okay. It's not like one person trades ICT and the other one trades this and the other one trades that. No, we have the exact same system, the same method. And the only way to make this work is if the method works. So if the method or the system that we created, LTA, does not work, the guys wouldn't be here streaming all day long with 150 people right now, right? So that speaks for itself. It's that congruence you need in order to win, right? We need to trade the same tool, the same system. That's the way to do it. We can always find ways to improve it and communicate and talk about it. But it's important that as a community, you're focused on the same goal, the same thing. Brandon, Lorenzo, quick question in regards to the baskets. Do you go more of a daily bias to see what pairs are strong or weak, or does it have to correlate with your overall trend analysis? Let's ask one of our guys. That is, he's doing the daily analysis always. Yo, Kellogg, brother. I got a question from somebody in our YouTube chat, and he says,
Yeah, what's up?
Lorenzo, quick question in regards to the baskets. Do you go more of a daily bias to see what pairs are strong or weak, or does it have to correlate with your overall trend analysis? Because you are doing the day-to-day, correlations there. So what do you think?
Yeah, the baskets itself, it's like the average move per pair. So it has to do with the structure itself. So obviously you're gonna go from daily to 1 hour chart, marking out the resistance and support zones from the daily to 4 hour, then to 1 hour. Then you combine it all together with the own pair that has the strongest side and the weakest side, and that's how you get the best probability trade. And usually the most impulsive moves happens if you trade the strong pair against the weak pair, and that's why we are analyzing each pair every single day to get the biggest probability for impulsive move, not to hold the trade for 3 days, for example.
Fantastic, bro. Cheers. There you go. There's your answer. It's exactly that. We just do a top-down analysis on each individual basket, and then we are marking out our key levels. And the moment we break them, One is breaking up, one is breaking down. We found our pair. We look if it makes sense, and we draw out our key levels with LTA. Our guy is doing the daily correlation analysis every single day, so that's kind of what he's doing, right? We're pushing it hard right there. He's just doing it because he loves the community. He wants to, you know, put in some work and help the other guys out there. So he makes and does the daily correlation analysis. It's not a must, right, that he does it, but it's extremely appreciated, and we thank him for that because it's helping a lot of traders out in our community by just giving you the summary of every individual currency. Shout out to Kellogg. Brother is Russian. I don't think he's Russian. I think he's Eastern European. I don't know exactly where he's from. I'm not sure where you know. It's probably. That's a good. It's actually a good question. I need to ask him that. Somewhere in Eastern Europe, right? It's actually kind of funny because I made a lot of Eastern European friends, also Russian friends. Like I made a lot of like I don't know what's happening, but I'm really liking these type of guys. Yeah, he's from Latvia. Yeah, Latvia. Could gold still push down? I think it's possible for sure. We're facing that resistance. We are unable to break through. We, you know, at first it was like we're just gonna follow through and break the highs and continue to drive to the 2466. But now, you know, we're definitely starting to slow down a little bit. So I think we're setting up for the US Open, the volume, and the news volume, whatever the case may be here. Yeah, man. Shout out to Marco as well for putting in the work. Shout out to Marco, man. Have a good day, brother. I think we had a couple more new introductions as well. Let's see. If you join us right now, we're currently open for a limited amount of time here. We have been open for now a week. You can still join us in the trading floor on a day-to-day basis. London, New York, late New York, Asia. It does not really matter. We're going to be there. Okay. Quick shout out to Tang Hang Jing from Malaysia. He's an engineer. He's trading for 4 months. He was trading price action, supply demand, moving averages, and his goal is financial time freedom and developing our own custom indicators by applying knowledge from the LTA system. Currently learning with MQL5 programming. Nice, welcome, man. Sunny, welcome, IG from Atlanta. Digital marketer, 4 years in the making. Was using supply and demand, now studying LTA. Goal to become a consistent, profitable trader and financial freedom. Shout out to you, my man, Sonny. Keep it up, bro. When you join, make sure to drop your the introduction here. It's important for the group. It's just a nice, proper introduction. Why not? Can you explain what you're looking for the market? I think that we're looking at gold continuations. Do not want to buy now in that resistance. Really want to make sure that we retrace slightly. At least I was thinking about the 24.42. It might have shifted a little bit towards the new highs, so it might be a little bit higher. Okay, the 24.50 is too high. We need to pull back at least, in my opinion, 50% of that swing. I want to see that gap filled, and I think the 24.42 might still be really interesting to look for a retracement. And keep in mind, we have a lot of news coming right now. A lot of news coming, so it is. It's not that far away anymore, right? 15 minutes for the first event, and then we have, I think, another 15 minutes for the rest. And yeah, let's see how price responds. You never know really what the PMI will do, especially not when you just had the FOMC and when tomorrow is the NFP. So you never really truly know exactly what to expect on a Thursday when you're right in between, you know, the FOMC and the NFP, really. So we're really gonna see how it goes here. The overall structure is still bullish. Hey bro, can you look at GJ? Yeah, I think today it's pretty rangy, right? Pretty choppy, I think. It's just an assumption. I think it's choppy, but a little bit down-ish. Yeah. So, yeah, ranging, right? Practically a rangy day. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see right now. This is once again a perfect example of how you can utilize the baskets. All right, I show like a key example right now at the moment. Okay, so British pound basket, yen basket. Okay, yen basket, 1 hour time frame at support. Okay, we're at support right now at the moment. The British pound was at support. Broke support right now, all right, has been actually coming down super aggressively, has found its support right now at the moment here. You could say the 4 hour has been at level to hold above here, so both of them are holding up. Okay, at this particular moment we are retesting it on a 1 hour. We're holding up critically. We might make a recovery back to the upside here for the British pound, and the yen is not looking by definition strong. So what needs to happen now is that we need to break above the 1 hour resistance, which is actually on the lower time frame right here. So that means on the 15-minute, you want to break above this high. All right, we zoom in a little bit. We want to break at least an hourly candle above this high particularly. The reason why is because then from that initial push down, we reclaim the highs and we create internal higher highs and higher lows. So that's the reclaim of the British pound, strong, and then we go probably back to the upside. All right. That's the British pound. So if you combine that with the Japanese yen, right? You want to see the Japanese yen breaking the lows, all right? We tapped into that monthly resistance, finally, right? The new month opened up. We tapped into the monthly resistance. We are potentially now getting rejected, all right? We're seeing it on the daily. So what needs to happen is you need to break these lows, 6446. If you combine that and you break the lows and the British pound breaks up, there's almost no doubt in my mind that what we're going to do potentially is we are going to set ourselves up for a retracement back into the previous opening range right there. Okay, and that break will give us an entry. You have your entry model right there. We call this the current weekly value area low. That's where you start looking for your entry models. The entry models are in your ebook, and this is where you can find potential entries and trades for further continuation to the upside right here. So very, very nice. If you combine that with the previous day, a couple of lows to take consideration. This is the majority of resistance. That's why we're getting rejected from it right now. But the moment you close above it, and it shows you an entry model, and the yen loses its momentum, the yen starts to break down, and this breaks out, GJ longs, confirmation. Very nice, high probability, especially with that gap, especially with this extremely aggressive retracement we've seen. And keep in mind, it's Thursday, might be reversal day. We have seen it many times over and over again. So that's my analysis for GJ, leading into longs, but it all depends on the yen. Are we going to break the lows here? And the yen basket is on TradingView. You can find it yourself as well, regardless. Mike's a little Japanese yen. I wouldn't even consider shorting it. I was thinking about the same. If we do break the lows after the monthly rejection, right? Sometimes we need to drive down to drive further up. And yeah, I am bullish overall on the yen as well. We talked about it yesterday, but yeah. It's a nice Thursday. So yeah, so we have news, fam. What? 6 minutes? 7 minutes. So I hope news pushes us down a little bit. The ideal case scenario would be first news comes out, we push down to continue to drive further. But yeah, we have 7 minutes left, so we'll see that happening potentially very soon. That's really what I want to say. I want to see news pushing down first. Then they have the second news in 27 minutes from now. Sorry, 15 plus 6, like 20 minutes from now. And then, yeah, let's see if that is worth the continuation play. If you push up, it would actually be not that nice, because then you break into the resistance, and then the next news comes out. And the question is, do you want to short gold right now in this bullish momentum? I don't see that as a kind of an opportunity that I would take. So I hope price pushes down and give us a potential entry around the swing very high or the swing POC a little bit lower, and see if we can continue to drive up.
Edison, the inventor of the phonograph, has never before permitted his voice to be recorded for the public.
Yeah, dollar is definitely slowing down. It's definitely slowing down. So yeah, all eyes on gold now, once again. Any crypto traders or investors in the building? Anyone thinking about, getting ready for something special? Potentially, yeah, maybe. It's kind of like it's kind of like the Russian roulette type of thing. But if you're right, you're gonna be right big time. And the chances you're gonna be right is like 70%. So the 30% that you're potentially not right, I mean, not worth it. I'll take it. I'll take the risk. For sure. If you pick the right ones, of course. If you pick the right ones. I'm not gonna show you guys any projects. You have to do your own research. I've done my due diligence. But I'll tell you one thing, I'm heavily invested in gaming, in the gaming sector. I believe in gaming. In the long term, I really believe in the gaming market, man. Like, it just makes too much sense to me that if you want to play video games now these days, you want to get paid for it. You want to actually own your assets. Why waste so much time and not get rewarded for it? So if you could integrate a system that does that for you, and you get rewarded for, you know, your input, your time and effort into a game, then how does not provide you with like serious utility? The only problem is most of the games are shit, right? That are still there. But there is a but. A lot of beautiful games are in the making, and the infrastructures are getting laid out to integrate this into the games that are not shit, that are actually really good. And there are a lot of conversations happening between big companies, organizations, and game, infrastructure companies that want to collaborate and integrate crypto as a payment method within their ecosystem. So I'm heavy on gaming. And I think this is kind of a utility thing. I really see the potential there. So yeah. Okay, we're pushing down G's before the news. Seeing it in the chat there. Hello Renzo and LTA peeps, I'm new here, just got the LTA membership, looking forward to learning with this group. Nice man, welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. That's how you welcome somebody, guys. Well done. That's how you do it. Okay, let's go. Okay. 49.6. Better than expected for the dollar. Let's see what the dollar is doing, how it's responding. It's currently sitting at support. Gold might be still holding up very well. Very well. Yield is dropping. Dollar is ranging. It's holding at support though. It's coming down a bit. That would be good. So if it's not this news, it's gonna be the next one. Obviously, the big play is coming at 10. We knew this already. But you never know, man. You never know. Sometimes this data can come out and it might shift the whole momentum, lead people in the wrong direction, and still looking for continuation or reverse down. Continuation to the upside, so. Yeah, not much happening with gold, but this next news has to do it. It has to do something. it will do something. And if it doesn't do anything, then it's definitely the NFP tomorrow. Veronica said, just did my intro the proper way, the vendetta way. Okay, let me see what that means. Veronica Nunes from Toronto, Canada. Project manager, passion is football and traveling. 4 months in the making. Price action support resistance on the 1 minute, 3 minute. Ooh, nice. Still learning. Goal to become a full-time, consistent, profitable day trader. Welcome, Veronica. Yeah, welcome. You already had your introduction in the training floor. I saw it, so looking forward to see it. In regards to your introduction, it's gonna be a little bit maybe overwhelming at the beginning. I can guarantee you, go to the series, Veronica. Get to work in the weekends. The weekend is already very close. The NFP is coming. Go through the series. Okay. Then after the series, once you have this done, it takes you like 7 hours. You go to the test. You do 2 quizzes, 2 tests. It gives you multiple different ranks if you pass these tests. All right. The graduate or Spartan if you pass both of them. And then next week, get into the training floor. Get into the training floor with us. And then we are all aligned because you know exactly what we're doing and why we're doing what we're doing. So shout out to Veronica. All right, we're pushing down a bit. That means dollar. The 10-year yield is coming down. Dollar is coming down. You know what it means, right? You know it means when the dollar is coming down, the 10-year yield is coming down, and gold is coming down. That smells like that smells like manipulation. Let's see. Smell like a rat. Ah, you're funny, bro. You're taking buys at 2440. Well, let's see what this news does, right? Because 2443 is definitely a level I'm looking at. 2435 as well. We're unable to break the highs now. We need a catalyst for it. So the only way might be to get to that break. We need it to potentially come down, accumulate, and then boom, continue the journey potentially to the upside here. And yeah, even if price comes down now, let's say, and it doesn't hold here, next level. There are critical levels here that could still lead into that same continuation play. So yeah. GJ is looking good, my friend. Somebody was asking about GJ. It's starting to look better. Okay, we just talked about the potential. The yen starts to slow down. So if we break that 6446 after that rejection from the monthly time frame with the new monthly candle open, inducing sellers to potentially reverse later. but for now, that move down and that move up will result into GJ filling that gap. So it's getting there. So get ready, at least if you wanted to trade GJ, like you said. Yeah, let me get a drink, guys, before news comes. Be right back. Yeah, man, very close. 6 minutes for the ISM manufacturing PMI. This is the most important one. We want to know what's happening here in case you want to know what it means. All right, this has to do with the purchasing power. Okay. Explain the PMI. Well, it's practically like this, right? It's practically that a high leading indicator, so a high reading, right? Specifically above the 55, all right? Let's take the 55 as an example, okay? That's extremely good for the market, okay, economy. It suggests that the manufacturing sector is expanding, everything great, right? Very positive sign. If it's lower than 45, right, it indicates more of a contraction in the manufacturing sector. These are like the first official signs of a bad economy. So a potentially worse economy, right? So it's important that we are positive, that we remain positive, that we come out higher than expected. That will be the ideal. The expectation is 48.8 and 51.9. So roughly around, you know, take the average, around 50. We're kind of in between, and it makes sense. We're kind of in between strong, weak. Nobody has any clue. So it kind of make sense. Yeah, the more consolidation, the more I want to see also somewhat of a manipulation, right? The more I would love to see somewhat of a break out of that consolidation. So that means that I'm actually much more interested in looking for somewhat of a manipulation first before the real move comes. So for example, we consolidate, we then manipulate, and then we go. And if it's the other way around, I'm not interested in shorting gold now, but that's also a possibility that you come up, you get rejected, then you come down lower to then potentially look for continuation plays again after that. But yeah, it's that consolidation that we're seeing now. And, you know, news might be the perfect moment to, you know, manipulate. So for example, we take out the lows first, right? All the stop losses are getting taken out for the people that are long on the lower time frames. Then price actually moves up. And if it's the other way around, then eventually the question is, will price come down to take out these lows eventually? If that's the case. So yeah, what I want to see is I want to see much more of a release first, a fake move first, something like that. And yeah. Everyone in the chat, short. Yeah? Yeah, 1 minute left, geez. We'll see if you guys were right. Lucador says, let us vote. It's 1 minute left. It's 40 seconds left. It's a bit too... I cannot set it up that fast. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, 1 for up, 2 for down. You can do that if you want to. I mean, I'm neutral. I wait and see for price to get to my levels. But hey, you know, we got some professors in the chat, so let me know. 2 is bearish, 1 is bullish. 1, 2, 1.5. Okay. Alright, we're gonna see it now. So we're moving up first. It created somewhat of a little gap here. Man, was that it? Literally, was that it? Yeah, it might be. It might be just that. Wow, that's an anti-climax right there, if that's the case. 1.5 was correct. The person who said 1.5 in the chat, yo, G. Who said that, by the way? Anis. Mohammed. 1.5 is the right answer. One came out better, one came much better, one came out worse. So you're averaging out around 50. It's neutral. Nothing happens in that manner. Price is still pushing. Price is still pushing up. Not retracing. It's still pushing up. It did left us a small gap on the Owanda chart. I'm not sure about the gold chart in particular. It actually did the same thing on the dollar. Just a no wonder. Just a no wonder. What to do now? Well, we might get towards the 2466 now without a retracement, like a proper retracement. I would not be so worried about that gap, that 019 gap right now. But yeah, like we said before, right? I was much more intended to look for the manipulation during news. But if price comes out and it continues to drive, then the 2466 is gonna go. It's gonna be a potential reach or something that's within reach. Let's put it this way. What a news, winning now on break even. Congrats. Even though it's pretty tricky. Congratulations. If you took a news trade before the news. I like news trades as well sometimes, but I mainly trade the NFP. If it's like a big news event, I trade the NFP, the CPI. That's tomorrow, by the way. That's insane already. Speed show funds has lost today on my 3,000 euro account and lost all in gold. You lost everything? Ay, 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 ay. Ay, ay, ay. We don't like that. We don't like to hear that stuff, my friend. Stay strong. Risk management is king. Sometimes maybe a prop firm challenge is just the right thing to do. Because it gives you fake money to work with. It still gives you the feeling that you're working towards something. That it's not all demo. And it gives you more practice as well to work on your risk management. So yeah, still unfortunate situation. Very unfortunate. But hey, we've been there before. I've been there before, and I've been there probably 20 times before. Alright? So listen up. Who has been there before? Who has been there before? Who blew his account before? I'm guilty of it. It's been a while now, but anyways. There you go. So you're not the only one, my G. That's what I wanted to show you. The guys got your back. So aggressive push down right away. It's again, the price action is just very slow, very boring. I think we're prepping for the NFPGs. I think that's what's happening. I think we're preparing for tomorrow. Rose Angeles says manufacturing prices always bring gold down when it's positive. Well, if this is the case, then it's exactly what we talked about. It's that consolidation here, that manipulation now, and then an expansion to the downside. I mean, I would not be surprised, like we said, if you break out of this consolidation, that we might experience that, where it's gonna go for the lows and then potentially lead us into either a overall still bullish trend, but just an internal break of the lows first. I would not be surprised that if that would happen now. At least look at the 50-minute. The 50-minute is kind of showing us that the bearish hammer. So that initial gap is now filled. There we go. Okay. Okay, baby. Okay. Okay. That's the move. That's the move. To be honest, I kind of wished it was the other way around, so we could directly look for entries when price was manipulating down. Let's say it was manipulating down. Entries, boom, upside. Not upside, downside, because now we have to wait for, because we're still kind of bullish. Now we have to wait for an up, down, up move. But yeah, it's definitely that consolidation, manipulation, either way. And now potential expansion. So yeah, let's see where it takes us. We have our levels there. Hey bro, it may sound stupid, but could you please explain stop loss are gonna taken out, or stop loss are gonna get taken out by who and how? So in regards to the stop loss are getting taken out, it's just when you consolidate for a long period of time before the news, and price shoots up, right? Let's say we had that consolidation, and price shoots up, and it was unable to take out the lows. So it just shut up without swiping the lows first, right? Let's say this candle came down aggressively, and it immediately reversed bullish. Then I'm like, okay, we swipe the lows and we come up higher. That makes more sense to me. But if you come up and you shoot up, but you don't aggressively expand, you just shoot up a little bit. I mean, just push up, you take out the highs and that's it. And you come down and you start consolidating internally on the lower time frame. Then what tends to happen is that all the guys that get triggered to buy before the news, during the news, after the news, they're going to put their stop losses there. So in regards to the question of like, by who, I don't know by who. I mean, I have no idea. It could be anything. The amount of volume you need to accumulate an expansion like that is already ridiculous. So the big players, you could say. Is oil holding strong? No, oil is coming down. Oil is breaking down. Yeah, I was looking at oil as well, indeed, with the group. Let me ask him one more time here. Yo, G, what do you see in oil now, Kellogg, my friend? Have you is it above the previous daily very high or below it now?
It's actually now testing it. Still have to wait for the closure, but seeing the correlation between the, yeah, I really have to see this hourly closure to actually make a decision.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we are in major resistance zone, so we can definitely move down to actually bounce up. Same goes for literally every single basket here. But we also can just break down without any retracement. So that's why I'm looking forward to closure.
Yeah, your entry models will appear here, man. I think very clean. Once they hover around here, you will see it yourself.
Yeah, exactly. There is also Sunday open, current weekly POC. There is a great support zone.
Yeah. All right. We keep a close eye on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Other correlations you could use for oil. Absolutely, it's slightly different than for the currencies, okay? Currencies are absolutely game-changing. For oil, you can use this as your tool. I created a section for myself. It's called Energy Commodities. And it shows you a layout of four different instruments, all right? You want to make a basket of these four. Oil, number one. Natural gas, number two. Heating oil and gasoline. Okay. And what's so beautiful about this is that you want to confirm the key levels and resistance levels or support levels. We talk about LTA concept. We talk about key levels in particular based around the volume. But in essence, it is a resistance level. It could act as a support level. Okay. You want to make sure that these things are aligned. And what tends to happen in this industry, in this niche, is that these things are aligning themselves first before it makes a big move. So for example, just to give you one insight, oil might go up, boom, oil goes up, right? Heating oil, not yet. Gasoline, not yet. These two are still lagging. They're getting up as well. They're coming up slowly. The moment they're all in that resistance, that's when oil start thinking, now it's time to come down here. When you think that oil or heating oil or gasoline is not there yet, you can be more patient with your entries. So you can use the positive correlations also in your favor. It doesn't have to be a negative correlation. What about gold? I think gold I want to see first of all. We talked about it. 24.20, 43 first. See how we respond there, and otherwise 24.35. These are my two levels. Yeah. So anyways, that's how you can use oil, my friend. If you want to look at it, you can do this for gold, by the way, as well. But for oil, it's very, very nice. Rejection of the previous week is very high. Couldn't break it. So yeah, let's wait for gold to come back down a bit. The volume is still is low. I think they're going to take out the lows now. At least the stop loss that were built up internally from the range, the pre-news. Now it's time to create potentially a higher low or something like that. We have to wait and see. The 5 minute is still very interesting. Guys, do you prefer to trade currencies or gold? My topics would be currencies, and I think we're gonna move also to currencies a little bit more often later on with the new format, with the trading floor included. You know that most people trade one pair. That's it, one pair, maybe even one time frame. Now let me show you something. What if the best opportunities come from understanding the complete money flow? So you understand exactly where the money is flowing into, right? That's why we created these type of baskets, to show you exactly that, to show you which ones currently are strong, which currencies are weak. It's very easy to establish a trend, a bearish trend. It's very easy to establish a bullish trend on an individual currency. That's why we have created these baskets for you, to show you exactly how to do that. Okay? So if you can find weak and you can find strong, then it becomes very, very easy, all right? New Zealand dollar today, strong. Euro today, weak. What is gonna happen on the Euro NZD? What do you think is gonna happen when you see the Euro against the New Zealand dollar, right? New Zealand dollar was strong on the basket and the Euro was weak. You're trending down. That's it. All right? You're trending down. And you have your confirmation from that. So what you could do, you've seen that consolidation, you've seen that initial expansion. You can utilize your key levels, and look at that. When I take a swing on the lower time frame, so I take that lower time frame swing, okay? That's what happened. We had to open the market here. We opened it at London session. We came down. We had that consolidation. I draw the profile right here from the low. So for example, we have this one. We draw to the low here. We have the lower time frame swing very low. We knew and we understood that the Euro was very weak. The New Zealand dollar was very strong. We talked about that already, right? New Zealand dollar very strong, Euro very weak. So automatically, if you take that trade here on the Euro NZD, you see that breakout on the New Zealand dollar here. We broke out and the Euro broke down. Then automatically I'm like, hey, Euro NZD might be the best opportunity today, right? You draw your key levels with LTA concepts. You have your free ebook for that. Price taps into it. It gives you an entry model. Let me know, which entry model do you guys see? Exactly. It gives you an entry model 1 right there. 181434, stop loss above the high, targeting the lows. Boom. You understand the baskets, you understand the strength and weaknesses, and you use then the entry models and your key levels from the ebook to determine exactly how to get the right levels, how to find the right levels, and how to trade with the right confirmations. And that's it. It's strength against weak, strong against weak. It's trying to understand the money flow. It's trying to understand exactly where the money is flowing into and where the money is flowing out to. Currency markets are very interesting, very high probability if you apply this exact method. And the funny part is, nobody does it, and I have no idea why. So who loves the correlation strategy? If you're in the trading floor right now, press a W in the chat, G's. Press a W in the chat for the correlation strategy. Gold is pushing down nicely. Finally. Oh, that's a pretty strong move. We might have to come down a bit lower, actually, 23.35 or something like that. It's a pretty aggressive move here, especially because that previous 15-minute candle. Dominic says, I'm thinking I'm gonna go off today. The market is getting choppy and it's actually preparing for tomorrow's news. I pocket the money and I'm done for today. See you tomorrow morning at the London session. Take care. Yeah, it's definitely true. Yeah, we'll see if we're... let's just see how we react. All right. What a silly move from the dollar here, as you guys can see. All right, we're responding from that first level. Exactly. Doesn't make me want to buy though. I'm like, this looks pretty strong to me. Like this push down 2 times now. It looks pretty strong to me. We saw that initial reaction. I was like, okay, but then this consolidation here and another push down, still, it's kind of showing me that there is still too much strong bearish momentum at the moment in the short term. Even though we react from our key level, it might easily be just another stop to pull back down towards lower levels first before we can finally start thinking about that potential play here. But this structure looks pretty aggressive. This initial move okay, then that consolidation, then another push okay. That might just break down towards the 24.35 here. Key level is definitely getting respected for now, but question is, This is all from the dollar strength. Yeah, it is definitely from the dollar. It's definitely not from the 10-year. The 10-year is indeed getting destroyed. So this is good for gold. This little bad boy right there, that 50-minute candle. Are you in position? No, not yet. I definitely want to see somewhat of a good confirmation. But I think that this might rise us still a bit lower. I'm not that convinced yet that this is the bottom now. Let's say this was that consolidation and we manipulated during news downwards and we tapped into our zone. I would say yeah, that makes sense because then we're gonna take out the highs. We did the other way. We did it the other way around. So we took out the highs first. We left the lows open. We induced more people to buy. Now these guys are stopped out. This is kind of the reaction that we're seeing. So now my question is this enough to just continue up? If that's the case, the market is crazy choppy because then you have manipulated the highs, the lows, and then again the highs. So I mean, it will not be the first time. It happened 2 days ago as well. But it seems the better option, man. The 24-35 seems like the better play here, but the reaction is definitely there. But it's a very tricky entry. Very tricky. I'm not gonna long there. You see how you get rejected instantly as well? So yeah, we respond from it really nicely. Initially. It's just not buy worthy for me here. If you manipulate the highs, you come down, you break the lows, you consolidate, you push down further. It shows that there is too much momentum. Too much bearish momentum here. I think we need to settle. We need to die out a little bit more before we could start thinking about bullish continuation. Yeah, it's like catching a falling knife here, right? A day before the NFP. BHS is still a buy zone at stop loss at 23.34. Okay. That's actually where I would think about buying. It could be though, it might be because it's funny enough. Like if you look at 2 days ago, if you look at gold 2 days ago, this was yesterday, this was the NFP, sorry, FOMC. This right here, you guys remember it, right? This was probably one of the craziest, typical summer gold price action I've seen. It is that consolidation. It's around the Sunday open. That's an important label. It's around the opening price of the week. It manipulates the lows. You're like, okay, people are bullish, right? In this case, I was bearish. People were bullish. Okay, well, great. You take out the highs. People are like, yeah, we're gonna go to the moon. Take out the lows, then take out the highs. So you have literally in one session, you had the highs swept right here. Before you sweep the lows, then you had the high swept again. You had the low swept again and you had the high swept again. All in one session. And man, it's just, you can't trade that. You don't want to trade that shit. You just don't want to do that. So the question is, are we going to see something similar today? I mean, it's possible. That's where price action and market structure fails. Yeah, that's exactly that. Yeah, and that's typical summer months for gold. It's the typical July, August, September. Specifically August, September actually. So it was a little bit early. But it's very common when the volume dies down significantly.
The inventor of the phonograph has never before permitted his voice to be recorded for the public.
Yeah, so this initial move is interesting. We are bouncing exactly from that level. If you have the question why, how do you pick your key levels? How do you got that, or how did you got to this level? Well, that's where you should download the ebook, because you can use support and resistance. I have nothing against support and resistance as well. I use it on the baskets all the time, right? But when it comes down to your trading pair, I can guarantee you, man. The volume analysis, the volume profile, the volume key levels are fantastic levels to work with if you know how to draw them right. And that requires a little bit of work, but that's in the ebook. So if you study it, you're gonna get to your level 0. Resident resist levels midnight New York. Okay, I don't know about that one, but that might be the case, yeah. And if that's the case, then you can utilize this also and combine it with volume, because I've heard this story many times before that it aligns perfectly with a certain time. I personally don't need to use it because this is enough. So yeah, how did you find this level? Well, what I just did was I just took the swing low. So this swing low to that local high, not the highest point, but this first swing. And because we got back down and we broke down, this is what I care about. I care about this initial move. So all the volume that was traded between the lows and the highs will give me a level, an indication of potential levels that might be interesting and appealing here. Usually on the 15-minute time frame, by the way. Usually on the 15-minute. If we're talking specifically about like swing levels, swing entries, swing levels, all that stuff, you can find it here. It's called the fixed range volume profile, and all the settings and things you need are going to be in the ebook. It's free. You can download it. altaccounts.ai or click on the link. You should receive it in 5 minutes in your email. And it looks like this. You know, you can just set it all up and everything's explained there. Actually, very interesting how we're holding up. So taking out the lows, taking out the highs, taking out the lows, and now going for the highs. That would indicate the same price action as 2 days ago. Rosetta says, for me, there are no more entries now. I've already made a lot of profit today. I think it could continue to fall until 24.35 because it will stay in the zone before the NFP. Interesting. Yeah, we have marked out the 24.35 as well. In case. Lorenzo, that resistance level. Oh, hey, my name is Varun. How many times it takes from the beginning to profit? I think you're asking about how long it takes to be profitable. Are there any profitable guys in the chat? If so, press a 1. Press a 1 in the chat. Let me actually set up a poll right now and ask this question. And just be honest, there's no need that you're anonymous. You don't have to be ashamed of it regardless. Are you a profitable day trader? Consistently. Let me know. Let me know. I'm very curious to see it. We have 1,500 people watching in the summer. So let's get these votes in. 177 votes, 200 votes. Okay, so 40-60, that should not be 100% correct, to be honest, if that's the case. But that, I mean, that would be amazing if that's the reality. But this is to my profitable traders out there. How long did it take you actually to become profitable, to feel comfortable, to become profitable? You're gonna have your bad months, you're gonna have your losing streaks, you're gonna have your unprofitable months. I'm talking about a year, a full year, where on average you are profitable. You come out with more money in your pocket than you came into the markets with. That's what I'm asking. So Mohammed says more than 10 years, 4 years. Bryce says 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, 2 years. You see a lot of guys are and I do get that, around that 2-year mark. So here's your answer, my friend. It depends on the person. Some guys it takes 10 years, some guys it takes 6 years. It's like you cannot compare yourself to other people. And I would never recommend yourself to compare in general yourself to other people, because you are your own person, like I am. I embarrass myself all the time, but I'm my own person. So it's accepted. It's accepted. In trading, it's the same deal. Don't focus too much on other guys. A lot of guys are bluffing, by the way. Don't get me wrong. A lot of guys are bluffing. Okay? I see it. But the reality is that on average, you see after like 2 years of really hard grinding that people starting to get the hang of it. And they get into the famous break-even stage. And that might be the most annoying stage possible, because you feel that you're there, you feel that you have the awareness, yet you cannot make it happen. It's just not getting there. Like you're winning, you're losing, you're winning, you're losing, you're winning, you're losing. That's your final stage, my friend, and that might be the longest and most annoying stage you're ever going to be into. But yeah, the idea is to not compare yourself to anyone else and just focus on yourself, and that's it. The question is, do you really want it? Do you really want to be it? Do you really want to be a trader? Is it worth it to you, yes or no? And that's why the market is the market. And that's why the market is so annoying, because we as humans, we tend to think if A then B, right? Black and white. We tend to think very black and white. That's how we like that. We feel safe around that, right? You agree? It's kind of like, you know, it has to be this way, and if it's not this way, it's this way. And the problem with the markets is that it's not always going to be this way, and it's not always going to be this way. It's going to be this way, this way, this way, this way, and this way. And sometimes this way, and sometimes all combined. And it's the acceptance of that, kind of, you know, giving away that control to decide to. How to trade overcoming losing sadness, like your trade closed automatically. Yeah, I don't know what you mean with your question. You're losing sadness, your trade closed automatically. Well, if you're sad about losing, there is something wrong in the first place. I mean, you can feel emotions, right? But it's not how you feel. Nobody cares how you feel. It's about how you act. It's about how you act based upon how you feel. That's what matters. Because we all feel like shit when we lose. No, like everyone does. But it's how do we act after we lost. So I heard a crazy story about a PAM account. Some AI PAM account, unfortunately, of a... yeah, we're not calling it a friend of mine. Maybe in the future. It seems like a very nice guy. But apparently there was something with their PAM account. And like also a lot of people invested in it. And like then that PAM account started to take trades out of nowhere. Random. Like super strange, and a lot of people lost a lot of money. So also with these spam accounts, man, you really need to trust the guys you're working with, because like, yeah, you know, that shit, man. Be careful. Be careful. Have you ever margin called a losing trade? Will you top up or you just leave? You know what happens 90% of the time when you get a margin call and you need to put in money to secure yourself and save yourself? You know what's gonna happen many times? 99%. It keeps going and it hits your stop regardless. So, you know, usually taking off the bandage is usually the right way, but it's not, yeah. It depends, right? It depends. But yeah, like I lost $70,000 one time in a trade, and I was averaging on the way down. And I just saw myself being in a loss, and I was averaging down, and I was like, I think it's gonna come back to that point in the middle, and then I'm gonna break even. And then it came down further, and then I did it again, and I did it 3 times. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hedge myself now. So I'm gonna open a short against my long to stay in position. And I'm gonna make sure that I stay alive this way, right? That my margin stays stable. And I was in that long and short for 4 months. 4 months. So every day when I woke up, I had a little heart attack. Think about that. I slept, I go to bed, right? I look at my phone. I know I'm in drawdown, but anything can happen, right? So, you know, fees, swaps, whatever the case may be. And then I woke up at some point, and then every morning I had like, it's all good, it's all good. Every morning for 4 months straight. Trust me, you don't want to be that guy. You do not want to be that guy. So cut your trades, get rid of it. You made a mistake or whatever. The market went against you. You didn't manage it properly. Accept your destiny. Accept your fate. Because I've been there, and it's not just painful. It takes you through practically your whole life. You know, it ruins everything, right? The way you sleep, everything. So don't even get involved. Yeah. So after that, never again. And that was my change. Sometimes you have to lose to win. Sometimes you need to feel pain to win, to realize how it should be. And the only way to experience success is by feeling the pain. And $70,000 was a lot of money for me at that time, by the way. Everything came down at the same time. Everything in my life fell apart at the same time. Funny enough, everything. I was good, then I had that trade, and this happened, and that happened, and everything came my direction. That's also how it goes in life, right? Everything comes together at one point. So everything goes extremely well, and then everything goes to shit. So what current stage are you in? That's my question. But anyways, in regards to gold, so gold came up. I was not really comfortable with taking it by, even though it was a level to look into right there. We were looking at this key level. Like I said, when you manipulate the highs and you come down, manipulate the lows, and you get to the internal and you get rejected, that usually indicates further downside and not continuation up. So if price comes to the 24.35, I think I'm gonna go and look for more confirmations. I think that this might pull back again. We'll be very surprised if we follow through. I mean, this initial response was great, very nice actually, but it was not the trade to make. It makes sense though, a day before the NFP and a day after the FOMC, that the price action is pretty choppy like this. So it's nothing unusual. So after many searches and find, okay, please direct me from where I can start learning Forex as a beginner. I'm in the market for 4 months. So you're not a beginner. So download the ebook and get started, my G. That's it. That's actually where it's for. I would not recommend this to complete beginners that have never traded before. I only recommend it to guys that have a little bit of experience, that understand how to enter the markets, that understand what winning is, losing is, that understand market structure, right? The basics. Then it's time to you know, go to the ebook. So it's for the intermediate, I would say. Yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it by that, guys. I don't think I see the right opportunity. This initial level held up very, very nicely, but it makes sense. Today is the day before the NFP. Tomorrow or yesterday was the FOMC. the day before the FOMC, we saw the exact same price action. We did trade at that, worse enough, where you consolidate, manipulate, 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 and manipulate. Practically the whole New York session here. Yeah, man. Anyways, I'm not interested in looking for new buys at 24.43. The only level I would be interested in is the 24.35. You saw how price responded from the 24.43. These levels are not unusual. So if price gets to the 24.35, we might see something very similar happening with a higher probability of actually continuing up instead of pushing up and pushing back down in that case right there. So yeah, tomorrow we also will have a giveaway as well for our group, our private group, for all the guys in the trading floor. Regardless, thank you for being here, regardless, with us still on YouTube, and for helping other people out in the group itself right now. Absolutely killing it. So shout out to Kellogg, shout out to Marco, shout out to the guys that are streaming. I appreciate that. We're building the best army. I'm just a representation of our crew, of our community now. That's all I am. I'm representing what we have been building before. It's not about me, it's about us. So that us is gonna come back tomorrow again when the NFP actually comes out. And that might be a new trade, geez. Because we know we like to trade the NFP and the CPI. We like to trade these events right there. We have done it before, over and over again. Okay. So tomorrow giveaway, geez, make sure you come in tomorrow 8 a.m. EST. I'm gonna start the stream a little bit earlier tomorrow because of the NFP. I want you to be there on time. If you have never traded the NFP before, because you're always the beginners in the chat. Yeah, man, be aware. It's probably the biggest move of the week, bigger than the FOMC yesterday potentially. So get ready. It's gonna be potentially your best day of your life, or the worst day of your life. You can decide what it's gonna be tomorrow. Is it gonna be the best day of your life or the worst day of your life? Stoicism, man. Stay relaxed, stay cool. We're gonna figure it out. All right, take care. Last but not least, our group is closing in around. We have no specific date yet. We're getting there though. We're having new people coming into the group. It's still manageable. The moment we are closed, fully closed, that's the moment we're gonna, focus on the group and taking them into the next phase. All right. If you want to know more about the currency correlations that I talked about here, the most powerful tool to utilize with specifically Forex, but also commodities, but we mainly are focusing on Forex right here. You might want to take a look at it because it's the hidden gem, geez. It's the hidden gem. Okay. Take care. Tomorrow giveaway. And I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna see you tomorrow again. And yeah, 23.35 is definitely level I look at. And yeah, I mean, 24.43 did give us a response. It was not proper enough to say this is gonna be the bottom. Definitely not. So yeah, man, take care. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow once again. And make it happen, fam. Lorenzo, are you gonna go to the trading floor now? I'm gonna check out the trading floor. Yes, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna talk about the currencies. I'm gonna listen to the guys, see what they're looking at. I'm always there, man. Fuck, bro, I'm always there. All right, take care, G's. Ciao.
I'ma gotta get it. And this is for the, I'ma